All right, Burbs Bros fam, it is time to level up. Hop aboard the mothership and become a Burbie at patreon.com/Burbs Bros for just $5 a month. Less than a cup of coffee and way more enlightening and hornier. I don't know why I said that. When I hear Burbie, I just think it's a sexier Furby. As a Burbie, you'll get early access to our weekly episodes, 4 exclusive bonus drops every month, plus access to the full archives of over 25 Burbs Bros episodes you can't hear anywhere else. We're talking all things UAP and supernatural, movies, interviews, press conferences, breaking news. If it's out there, we are dissecting it, much like an alien cadaver. And when you join, your name gets shouted at the end of every episode. Immortality achieved. So don't wait, folks. Beam yourself up at patreon.com/Burbs Bros. Just $5 a month for even more top secret intel. Let's keep chasing the truth together and just spread those legs and let us probe you. I forgot you intro now.
Hello. What were you going to do? Intro as a puppy? Is that what that was? Hello, everybody.
The least intimidating. I did the voice Charlie Hunnam does as Ed Gein. Have you seen him do the voice?
I saw the trailer, and I have a hot take on it. Hold on.
All right.
Let's get the housekeeping out of the way.
I'm excited.
Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Burbs Bros podcast. I am one of your hosts, Sean Donnelly, here with my very down-the-rabbit-hole co-host, Dan St.
A very interesting co-host, to quote Sarah Tollemache, our guest today.
We have 2 amazing guests today. One of them is, considering this topic, is my absolute UFO rabbi. I've known this guy for years. Hilarious comedian. You see him all over the place. Shane Smith, everybody.
Oh, thank you. Hello.
Yay.
Happy to be here.
Absolutely. And also another amazing comedian. You see her everywhere. Sarah Tollemache.
Thank you, guys.
I have
Thank
weird I drank last night voice, so I apologize.
That's fine. It's
It
hot.
sounds pretty good.
It's not that bad, yeah.
It's better. Your post-drinking voice is sexy. Your drinking voice is not sexy at all.
What's my drinking voice?
It's like a ghoulie trapped in a lawnmower.
Well, that's what, ironically, that's what Sarah's husband is, Joe List, I'm the very funny comic. And he says the way that you do impression of Sean's voice, you just say his name. So you just go, Sean?
I can see that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it gets you in there.
Guys, Shane, I know the answer for you, but let's start with Sarah.
Okay.
Really quickly, we usually ask people for the podcast, has anything along this topic ever happened to you that, even if it's something that you're like, probably was nothing, but I've always thought about it could have been something type scenario, like a paranormal or something UFO-based or anything, even if it's ghostly, it's anything that you were like, that was kind of weird.
Well, this one's really weird and it's dark. Like
Great.
So when I was a kid one summer, I lost my skateboard and we were having counsel on the driveway of where my skateboard went. And we noticed that I was being like, where could it have gone?
You shoot like a Tony Hawk signal into the
A
sky.
teen mystery from the 90s.
Yeah.
Where's my skateboard? Yeah.
And I noticed like a weird car, and I remember getting like a weird feeling from it. And that night, I remember just being in my bathtub, being like, "Oh my god, I feel like something really bad's gonna happen." And then the next day, my dad woke us up, and our neighbors were bludgeoned to death
Oh, God.
Wait, what?
What? Did not expect that.
by a crowbar.
Wow.
And he threw it into a lake, and they found it. But I suspect what I did was just light racism, and it was a guy picking up one of the maids, and it was in a jalopy, and it was just a coincidence.
I just need to go through this again. So you lost your skateboard.
I lost my skateboard.
And-
having counsel, we had lightly joked. We were like, maybe that guy did it, but we were like,
But you're like, you got a weird feeling.
I got a weird feeling. I'm like, I've never seen this guy here before.
This is the guy who got bludgeoned to death? Or the
No, this guy
bludgeoner?
did it probably.
just no random guy whatsoever. It was he had nothing to do with the murder. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But you're like, it's a light racism. It's
Just
a
like
sprinkled
just
racism.
Oh,
it was
that's
probably just a Hispanic guy in a jalopy waiting for his wife to get off her shift, and I'm like, that guy's giving me weird vibes. But it was so weird how coincidental. It was three
that's
neighbors down were
fascinating to me.
randomly bludgeoned
You ever
to
think
death.
of it this way, that you weren't having the weird feeling because of his car, you were having the weird feeling because you were kind of anticipating something happening because you were in the area? Did it already happen? How about this? Did it already happen when you had that feeling and you thought it was the car, and maybe it
No,
was already done?
No, it was the night before. I remember thinking,
okay.
I thought something bad was going to happen to my family.
Yeah.
And so that was the weird feeling I got. So it was so mind blowing.
I 100% believe it.
Yeah.
I think that. So you were.
You could be tapped into an intuition.
I think
believe
that's.
Yeah.
I think that wherever you were, for whatever reason, like psychically, there was danger going on.
Yeah.
And your body probably read that something is going to happen here in the next couple days.
And your skateboard probably ran away. It was like, something's off. I gotta go.
Out of here.
This kid was like a dog. That like,
If you're going to commit
They do the tail.
if you're going to commit a murder, no skateboard. You know what I mean? Like, not for doing the murder, not for getting away.
No.
Just leave the skateboard.
But it kind of speaks to something. I'll tell you why. Because I think there's basically you could call it sixth sense, right? So like,
I do really believe in that because there are times where you're like, I always feel like Sam Evans has a great joke where like when you hate someone and you can't figure out why, and then later on all your friends are like, I hate that person. You're like, finally. I do feel like some people can be more in tune to bad mojo.
bad
Yeah.
vibes. But I think what's happening just based, because we talk all the time about this thing called surviving death. Me and Shane have talked about this. I've talked about it so much. I don't know if you guys have both watched it, but I think it's scientific. I think it's on the atomic level. So I think like on the atomic level, you were sensing, because you were like, you have a connection to those people.
Yeah.
Right. So you were like, on an atomic level, you were like, your hairs were on the back of your neck. You were like, something's not right.
Yeah, and I never
but
really
I'm
got
thinking
those.
this guy's car, because I never saw him before. That seems logical. That's right in front of me.
Right.
But it probably was like this part of our science we don't understand, that you were like, I have like shared space with these people, I'm connected, and something's going to happen, but you don't have the intuition to know that would be like insane to have that. You're not clairvoyant.
Right.
You know?
And it's hard to always, I actually do feel like there are coincidences. You know what I mean? Like that that guy just happened to be in the place that the next day something bad that had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird coincidence between us is that like when I was younger, our neighbors across the street were gay lovers, and one of them beat the other one to death.
No.
Rutherford, New Jersey.
that true?
Yeah. I don't know if it was beat to death or stabbed. It was one of those.
Theme of the show.
I know, right?
murder.
What would they use?
What?
A skateboard.
I don't know. That's why I'm thinking. I'm thinking, was it fists or a knife? I'm not sure, but it wasn't a gun. I remember that.
Okay.
Right.
But I remember at the time it was like 1986 or 87 or 88, right?
Oh, so you were young.
I was young. So that they're just like,
I was 10.
Like it's like
Yeah.
I'm old.
it's like, hey, those guys. The story was more like, hey, those guys got bludgeoned across the street. Did you realize they were gay?
Yeah, that was the story.
Did they die from AIDS? No, I think one of them beat the other one to death.
Yeah, AIDS beat him to death. It was,
The CSI guys were like, don't touch their blood.
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
That sounds about 80s. That's like,
Man, you could really get away with murder.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. Did they find your skateboard when they dredged the lake?
No, they found the crowbar though, and then they did find the murderer. He confessed to it, but it was just a random occurrence.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it was a family of 8, and he was like one of the 8 kids. They were kind of a well-known family.
Oh, so it
He
was one of the kids
murderer.
that did it.
No, not of the couple. It was just like another. It was just like a guy that went to high school with all.
Oh my God.
Don't have fucking more than 3 kids, dude. You know what I
Right?
mean?
It gets chaotic after. I think my parents had 4.
It's too much.
I think that's
two's
too
fine.
much.
Replace
Yeah.
yourself.
We had 3 at my house.
What was the show? 8 is enough. It's like no, they should have made that show long ago with 3.
Oh yeah, 3 is just enough.
It's just me and my sister, and there's an argument for 0.
Yeah. That's what I'm
There's an argument for just my parents should have just lived in sin.
But Shane, did you have anything? I know you've had a couple of things.
I've had a couple things. My family, like one side of my family, has had a lot
My
of
family's
stuff.
werewolves.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. I didn't get the hair gene, but they got it. But no, I've had. I saw a sphere on my street, one of those orbs. I was driving to work and I saw a sphere, kind of like
Can
the
you
best
just
sphere.
for Sarah, because you're not into this topic at all, right?
Right,
Like,
you're gonna have to like brief me.
Yeah,
on
that's what we
some
wanna do.
terms
It's for the
and
people
stuff.
listening,
But
too.
I guess I understand what it is.
we've mentioned, we've mentioned the orbs.
I know about the Marfa lights.
Oh, you do?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Marfa lights are famous.
yeah.
Yeah. We've talked about them on the show before.
Yeah.
Who brought them up? Anthony, I think, went to go see them.
The Marfa lights, Anthony, or
Marfa
was it what's his name? Derek.
It was one of the guests. They
Yeah.
checked them out and saw them live.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Have you seen them personally?
I went twice, and one time everyone was like, "There they are," but I swear to God, I think it was just a distance freeway and car lights in the background
that's-
going over.
Well, that's one of the
So it's like maybe back in the day before they had freeways.
Yeah.
Okay, this is 2 words, Marfa Lights. I was thinking it was like a name of a people, like
Oh.
they own a deli. Like, it's like
No, it's like
you go to the Marfa Lights?
Hey, I'm buying in Marfa Heights. It's actually a booming neighborhood.
That's them right there.
Okay.
yeah, but they
That does
also,
not look like headlights to me.
They also suspect maybe like natural gas.
Yeah.
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 That's
So
kind of
the
like the brown
swamp
mountain.
gas they call it, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
So
You saw a sphere.
I saw a sphere, kind of like, so there's a Bet sphere, which is a silver ball that a guy found in the Everglades.
And
of
that's like the
Florida.
Boga sphere.
It's like the Booga
Booga,
sphere.
sorry.
Yeah.
but that's not the one you saw. You saw
No,
light,
I saw one
lights.
that looked like that.
You
I saw
did?
a silver sphere floating on my street as I was driving to work, and I passed it, and I was like, "That's weird. I should." And it was like 10 feet off the ground.
it was only 10 feet off the
Yeah,
ground.
and I passed it, and I was like,
Wait a minute.
That's weird.
So like, can you stand?
Yeah, double my height.
Anyway, make sure you
So I
can
would
see
say
it.
the
Make sure-
ceilings are 10 feet.
Yeah.
So like around here.
You're giving me a lot of credit for my height. No, probably like maybe 4 or 5 more feet. I'm a hobbit. Yeah, it was close.
Wow, that's insane. It was that close.
Yeah.
Wait, so
You
you
could jump
got-
up and like slap it. You think?
You got to
No,
look at it.
Thank you again, but no, I'm very short.
Yeah. You got to look at it, and then you just kept going. Well,
Yeah, because I was like, well, that's probably not what I think it is.
Right.
And I just kept going, and I was like, I should turn around and get a picture of that. And then I was like, nah, it's not what I think it is.
yeah, but
You
you're no, you know it was.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see any detail on the actual sphere?
No, it just says silver sphere.
And you were like, it definitely was. There's no way it was anything else.
No, that was it. I mean, I don't think
That's
it could
great.
There was a Tasmanian devil and a Chicago bull.
be. Yeah.
It was. You sure it wasn't Calvin and Hobbes pissing on the Chevrolet
Yeah.
logo?
And then you see, I showed you the video of one I saw in the North Carolina mountains. It was a green light that just hovered in front of my friends and I for the whole night, and no one cared about it but me. I was like, what is that? They're like, that's probably a yard light next door. And then I went on Google Maps, and it would have to be like,
It was up. It was pretty far up.
oh yeah, it was like 100 feet in the air. And
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, it's the neighbor's new yard light. I was like, what are you smoking? Like, I'm the one smoking, and I know it's there.
yeah, that's pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
Well, so these orbs, there's multiple types of orbs that people will see. There's one that's like, it looks like has a hard edge and then has plasma inside that's really far up. And a lot of news corporations or companies were filming them when all those drones were happening in Jersey and
Right.
New York. And they would, by accident, get these actual real, well, the drones are real, but I think they're China or us. But the other orb is like this weird looking, like it looks like a portal or something. It's really weird. But the thing you're talking about, when he said bogosphere, yeah, it's a solid orb that is metallic that they just found one it's in Colombia.
Yeah,
they
somewhere
found
in
it.
there, yeah.
And it has all sorts of these like archaic designs on it. They sent it to the University of Georgia. And I think the one in the States,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, really? It looks
Yeah.
like something you get at a like Renaissance festival.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
It looks
This
like
is-
it looks like with like a Jim Bro would get on his arm.
Every hot girl in a 2000 movie had that tattoo above her ass.
Trips.
It is a tramp stamp. And I mean, it's turning me on right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking about Carmen Electra as I look at that.
Yeah.
So,
Wait, so they found that?
they found
Yeah,
that.
they saw it. They have video of it flying, and then it came down, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they carbon dated the metal, and they supposedly the way that the composite is set up, if the metal is made 12,000 years, it's aged 12,000 years ago. This is really weird, but they say it's on the up and up. I think when we see that, we're like, there's no way it can actually be for
Right.
real. But people see these things all the time.
Yeah,
there's one
yeah.
there's one from Mexico that's shot. That's like a full-on sphere that's like probably about 10,
Yeah.
15 feet in the air.
Do you know about the Irish? There's an Irish guy, I think, that wrote a book about these. He's been tracking them for years, and there's apparently like thousands of them that just circle the Earth, and he knows when they're going to come by, and he's written a whole book about this.
Really?
Is that what's it called? The guy, the sphere theory?
Where
Oh,
do
I'm
they
not
think
sure.
these are coming
Okay.
from?
Oh, I don't know.
This guy's British, I think. So
So,
maybe it's not the
Future?
Me and Dan were talking about
Aliens?
it. So me and Dan were talking about this right beforehand. Like the more that pops up, me and Shane we haven't talked in a bit because we've been pretty busy, but we have long conversations about UFOs. Shane is the reason I know a lot of the stuff I know. Like he's
Right.
way more knowledgeable than me. And the more I hear about it, the more I think it's like, because there's a thing called the Fermi paradox, which we've mentioned a couple times in the show, and for years that's why it was like this eluded regular science, because they're like, okay, if it's not us, it's extraterrestrial. How are they getting here? Where are where are they from? It's all these different things, and then the Fermi paradox is like, because we're first, we're last. It's a thing. We're in a black hole. It's burnt. It's all these different things, right? Like it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
But it's scientific methods, but they never account for the thing that they've been here the whole time. It's a civilization that's just weathered the storm and just survived way longer than we did.
Right.
And that's why a lot of times what pops up is this phrase called gods with the small g. It's a further advanced civilization that's just from here. And the reason why a lot of them are interested in nukes. So a lot of these things show up above nukes, these orange balls, these orbs, everything, right? Is because they're like, don't fuck up our home either. The more I hear about this stuff, I think that's what it is. And I think that whatever this ancient Sumerian theory is, I think fits into it. I think that there's intervening by whatever this God with the small g thing is for thousands of years, and that's what it is. That's what it seems like it is.
Gotcha.
And now more and more info about this is like coming out.
Yeah.
And being like, oh, maybe there's actually scientific
Can I tell you,
evidence for this.
this shit never shows up on my algorithm. I never see
You gotta
any
work
of
on it. You
it.
gotta
Well, honestly, look at 3 videos. And
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
why?
get on it.
Are you not a middle-aged white man? That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah.
What shows up on your algorithm?
Right now, fashion.
Well, that's a great transition to our first topic.
Yeah, there's a Balenciaga sphere. It's the necklace.
A puka shell booga necklace. This is. I just found this very interesting the last week. Sydney Sweeney had her big. What is it? 30th birthday or is it
28th?
28th. Sorry,
It's not
Just
even monumental.
What a fucking
Yeah.
retard.
How?
28th.
Oh my God! On behalf of Hollywood, how dare you?
Right.
How dare you make her over 28 years old?
Yeah. Anyway, she had a space theme party. The big headline coming from it is that she wore this like slutty little silver dress, and that Lauren Bezos wore the same fucking thing.
That's
Essentially,
funny.
Like, but a little bit shorter and a little sluttier.
It looks like the
Yeah.
stuff from the Roswell crash.
Oh,
Like, how you hold it up.
That's
The
what she was
foil
wearing.
that changes shape. Yeah.
Oh, and then Jeff wore his fucking blue coat. Somebody wore his Chewbacca. Then she had
A space themed party, right?
Scooter Libby showed up dressed as a fucking Jedi.
Oh my god.
Scooter Libby, Scooter Braun.
Scooter
Yeah, I was
Braun.
like,
Not
Scooter Libby. I was like, wow.
That would be a hilarious person for today. And Scooter Libby went to jail for training.
Is he dead?
Yeah, I think he's dead now. Yeah, he went to jail. He was
like,
the only
still
guy
relevant.
who went to jail in the Bush administration for anything. It's hilarious. But yeah, I just like here's why I wanted to bring it up on our show. Like, we hear all these fucking rumors about Mark Zuckerberg being in a moon cult. We hear all these different like space cults, and it just feels like the 1% is really attuned to this shit now. Like, they're like joking about it, and I understand they just had the fucking Katy Perry, that whole thing, but that was such a disaster. I'm like, she's like smart enough media wise that she wouldn't like want to embrace that.
Well, I don't think she's allowed into whatever this thing is, because the fact that she did that means that she's not really.
She's maybe she wants to be part of it, and she's like trying to, because I see Sydney Sweeney as like, she doesn't just want to become famous, she wants to become like part of the Illuminati for whatever reason.
Right.
Or she is because of how she's viewed. Like, for some reason, like you're right about this whole idea, because certain people are picked out to be the guy. Look at like Pete Davidson, right? Perfectly nice guy, but
Yeah.
he was picked out to be the guy. Like, he was the guy.
Right.
You're
There's
selected.
always like somebody that people choose, and you're like, I don't understand. I'm not saying
yeah.
anything against them, but like, why do they get to be the one that's like, you are getting
It fits
forced down
into this
America's
stuff.
throat?
It's kind of almost like they're manifesting it. Like there's a lot of
Right.
theories about that like manifesting is a thing, and I wouldn't be surprised if billionaires, you get yourself to the point of billionaire because you have figured out there is some truth to that. Hey, consciousness is a bigger part of human existence than thought of before, and we've not that we like we have more information than you on that front, so we're practicing the art of being like we're like, not that I'm saying these people aren't working. Like Jeff Bezos, you see clips of him from the 90s where he's like on Tonight Show where he's like, my company's losing millions each year. Like, it did not like he woke up one day and it was like blank check, like Disney movie where he just got the company because
Yeah, he
he
wasn't
prayed
born
one night. It was
into
he
wealth.
worked.
Yeah.
But they're putting things in practice that probably go along with this, like, I'm manifesting this while I'm doing regular business stuff, and like they're giving off whatever this consciousness thing is, they're giving off that thing that gets them to the next level.
Right. I do think she's very talented, even though some people have said she's not.
I think she's a good actress. She's actually
I-
a better actress, I think, than she is as like as a hot famous person.
Right.
Because I saw her in.
She just happens to have huge tits.
Yeah, she just has huge. She just has
Does she?
beautiful tits, which,
Yeah.
as someone in
Never knew.
entertainment, I don't judge.
Weirdly,
I'm
they have the
also part of
same
that.
designs as the
spheres.
They're
let's carbonate those,
engraved
shall we?
with them. Yeah.
It could just be she had like one threesome with them.
Oh,
and then
you never
Jeff's
know.
like, you're in here forever.
Right.
I
But
mean,
they always code her as Republican. Yeah.
for sure.
I actually feel like space is conservative. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, 'cause it
maybe it's the
sucks.
highest form of conservatism.
There's no trans comets.
There's no trans. It's also like a form of manifestation, or like
Manifestation.
yeah.
You
That
were,
we're like
you were
going
about to say it
further,
right, and then you
I
said
messed
like
up.
you picked.
Yeah.
I
You
put too many
you
syllables
put
in
two
it.
words together
Yeah.
that did. I was like, you made the wrong choice. You could have
Yeah.
gone either way with that
And
word.
that's why you're not Illuminati.
Oh, you're saying
Right.
the act of trying to conquer space is very like
Manifest
Columbus
destiny.
style, like we're gonna take
Yeah.
you over kind of thing.
Yes.
Yes, and where else do you go when you've conquered Earth and you have $200 billion?
There's like space Indians where we're like buying mercury for an NFT and they don't realize it's worthless.
Right.
They're like, how much is this worth? Okay.
This going back to the small G's, I think that with the way Earth keeps having cataclysms, I think that the small G gods that are ruling over us right now
Just
are
survive
just the Bezoses that bought a place in Hawaii and they built a bunker and they survived with their own technology, and then everybody else died out except for a few. So they're like, let's give them the pine cone and maybe some emails addresses.
I think you're on. That's what I mean.
So it's like
Right.
it's the Kardashians that are the old gods. It's like if you have a lot of money, then you make it to the next
You
round.
keep going to the next round.
It's also like, it's like, what do you need when you bring an island? Maybe you do need the hot girl with tits. Do you know, if you're going to the next level,
Yeah.
like, you do need, maybe for your perfect society,
when
you're
there's another ice
building it
age,
up.
How are you going to have your own version of Love Island if you don't have Sydney Sweeney's tits on,
Right.
on there? Yeah.
Exactly.
They're
and
all
her
obsessed
talent.
with eugenics.
Well, that would come into like genetics. That would come into like you come from like bad versus good genetics. That's what we need. Say there is this moon cult, or this is this thing where we need the best people to go on ahead, which is just batshit fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
But it sounds batshit. But if you were minded that way anyway, you are Bezos or you're Elon Musk, which somebody brought up this point multiple times. I think even on the last episode where it's like, and it's so, I think it is true. Everything he puts his money into would be something to start over on Mars with. So it's cars, it's infrastructure, it's whatever else, right? So same reason is, well, yeah, we got Sydney Sweeney because we want good genetics. We want people who are going to be healthy humans that propagate the generations upon generations upon.
Right.
And as an added bonus, you're hot. As an added bonus,
Yeah, yeah.
you're
You
not,
can
not
act.
bad to look at. Like whatever it is.
But it's like she's not even like she's hot, but like I said, she's a better actress than she is hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and on that show, like there's hotter girls for sure.
But that's what I mean about what we were talking about. It's like something about her.
Well, she did the jeans commercial, which that put her in a different thing because she got shit for being a
Yeah,
conservative.
basically
on that.
eugenics was
So that
what
that
they were
that
saying.
Which I don't
that-
even know why that was even the case.
I didn't
Blonde
think it
hair,
was a
blue
big deal
eyes.
at all, but like
I don't think
billionaires
that was
are
the point of the commercial. What
billionaires
business?
obsessed with eugenics. Like that's the so like her saying that thing about jeans, like that did have parallels. Do I think it was a big deal to get canceled about? No, but I think it was an interesting way for her to lead.
But
for
the
sure.
but then why is she being roped? It's not her with Bezos behind her, like, like it's not Bezos like co-signing it. It's just
Right.
a hot blonde talking about jeans. Hey, you hand down jeans in a family, and I'm wearing jeans, and you hand those down as well. Like that was obviously the point of that commercial.
Well, we talk about
because
bloodlines.
because it's hard. Because no, I know we do, but in a Gap commercial, a jean commercial, whatever it was, a Guess commercial, whatever it was, the fact that she's brought in with it speaks to like something about this girl, is in this world where she's like above the pay grade. She's above everything here because they're going after her because there's double meaning in everything she does because of how famous she is. It's like the Bad Bunny thing with like Bad Bunny. They're like, oh, you can't have this guy in the Super Bowl. It's like, why?
Wow.
Why?
I know.
Who cares?
That's why I
She's
hate
also
hot
very
people.
like she's one of these people like she
Yeah.
like like the thing about the Glenn Powell affair and stuff, and like that was all her. Like she
Right.
was making sure, and then that movie killed. Like it was smart. She's like, so I think that
it's all just PR.
I think they
Yeah.
notice stuff like that. I think like the elite are like, oh wow, she just made off that for that through a little bit of trickery.
And now she's
maybe she can come to the
producing
club.
stuff,
Maybe she
too.
can come look at some of the meetings. Maybe she can show the little symbol, whatever it is.
So that's what I mean. You just said now she's producing stuff. So you're getting, but I think that's just within the realm of Hollywood at this point. She's not thinking like New World Order type stuff now,
No.
but she is in the realm to become like a Hollywood player, like
Right.
a show business like stalwart, like a real deep state show business. If you want to call it that.
She's in the race to make real money. She's not in the
Yeah.
race to make like actress money. Like you can tell
Right,
she's like in the
right.
She
race
works
to like.
all the time. You see her in tons of commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's pushing products on us.
Well, she also says like she's like, well, I had very little money as an actress, and I was like, I'm sure I'd be fine with the money that you had as an
Yeah.
actress.
Also,
but
it's
I
all
do
a write-off.
understand she probably does have like a fucking team. But it is, you know, and I even think of her like dating Scooter Braun. That's like a very interesting move.
It's also another guy. Where
Yeah.
Why is this guy so integral in that world? What does he have on? Like, why is he still? He was like, wasn't he like the joke manager of Justin Bieber back 10, 15 years ago?
Right, where he's just like online scouring for like young, hot 10-year-olds.
Yeah. But he's still around, and he's like dating one of the most famous people on the planet. So it's like, why are you? Because you're able to work this system. There's a comic like that does that, but on a smaller level. This guy, I won't say his name, but he's friends with all these famous people, but he's just kind of like a whatever stand up. But you see, he has a video where all these celebrities talking about him, like, we love this guy. This guy's the man. I'll tell you guys after. But it's weird. I think it's because he knows how to navigate that world.
I mean, we literally had 100 names pop up in our head.
Right.
You know, like-
You probably don't even know him, if I had to guess. But it's not anybody that you know. That's what I mean. Like, he's just kind of like a working comic, I guess. But it seems like he just kind of hangs out with celebrities and then does a set here and there. You know?
Can I say my favorite thing? I mean, this is not a comedy podcast, but my favorite post is somebody who's opening for like a huge headliner now, who's like, it's the same fucking post each one. We're just like, here I am,
Wow,
packed
made it.
stadium, living the dream. Pinch me, and I'm like,
No, they got
You're
to.
doing 10 minutes.
I've
They
opened
got-
for big people.
gotta-
I've never had that feeling.
No.
You
It's
know,
still
maybe
sad
that's
when you
why
go
I'm
home.
never an opener, but I've never been like.
It's not for you.
I even remember, like, I opened
moment's
for
not
one
for
of the
you.
bigger gigs I did. I opened for John Oliver at some big thing, and he was like, he wanted to like, he's such a sweetheart. He like stayed and watched my set in the beginning, and then I just did his TV show, and I was like, John, you don't have to. You saw like 10 minutes of these jokes, and he's like, no, but I want to. And I'm like, no, John, I don't want to watch your set. Like, I don't want this to be like, but like, so like, I think you do have to have a little bit of that, like, oh, hey, like I'm just here for the ride, you know, like,
Yeah, well, or you'll be like, it'll be like you on a stage, and they'll be like, "Thank you, Phoenix," and you're like, "What are you talking about?"
Right.
Yeah, they think you're there for the other guy.
It was like, I'm pretty sure Theo Vaughn was on that banner.
They could put a Roomba out for 10 minutes, and people could take bets on it before the show.
By the way, I have no idea who opens for Theo Vaughn. I was just using a big comic. So,
I do think there is a thing where it's like, even that kind of stuff, like you said, there's other people who like there's certain guys you probably open for where you kind of have to be the beck and call of that guy or whatever it is, like, and it kind of works because it gets you more shows and it gets you paid, whatever it is. So it just depends on who you are. It's like, do you want to put up with it? Do you not? And hey, for the paycheck, I think it's worth it 9 times out of 10, unless you're completely debasing yourself with this, which is shitty. But yeah, of course, you never want to take credit for it's like selling out an arena, and then the guys behind you like waiting to go up.
craziest. I've seen this too. And, you know, I did some where I remember I said when I was opening for Soder, I made a couple posters, but it was like headlining Dan St. Germain and it's Dan Soder, sorry. And then, you know, like with Dan St. Germain. But I've seen people do like the fucking, like the headliners and the tiny names and
Yeah.
the big names. And they're like, what up? And it's like, oh my God, check
I'm
it
on
out.
tour.
I'm at Terminal 5. And you're like, I think Whitney Cummings is a Terminal 5 or whoever it is. I don't think you're a Terminal 5.
You're the guy while people get drinks.
To get back on track, I'd like to ask Shane. I told you, well, not even.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up something because it kind of fits in what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We talked about the Boogosphere. We talked about ancient, the gods of the small G.
Booga booga.
You, Shane, you read a book. We talked about it like a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
You read this book. They brought up this certain type of life form that would like supposedly live in certain mountains in Latin America and certain places that really, really. I could be wrong about this. If you don't know, Sarah, there's a thing called the Nazca mummies that they found in the Mexico and somewhere in Colombia or somewhere else.
That whole Latin
And
America.
it's these petrified, they're white, and they've done like biological tests on these things.
Only white because they're covered in diatomaceous earth, which if
Yeah.
you ever had a cat with fleas, you spread it on your carpet and it kills fleas.
Okay. Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, it's basically like really dry. It basically pulls all the moisture out of stuff.
Okay.
It's like those packets you're not supposed to eat.
So you see it there, and then they have different versions of these. These things are supposedly like 2 to 3 feet high, whatever it is. But they did scans on these. These things are completely biological. They don't have the same structures as us. And one of them, I think, even was pregnant. or
Yeah,
something,
it
whatever it was.
had eggs inside it.
There's legitimate tests being done on these, right? Can you tell us and tell Dan, because this is what I was trying to tell Dan forever. There's the book you read. What was it called again? Do you remember?
Oh my God! I should have done research.
No.
I'd also love to know your opinion just on the Nazca mummies in general.
Sure. Yeah, I'll start with that. I think they're legit.
do?
I think so. They have 3 fingers, 3 toes. They're about 3.5
feet,
meters
yeah,
tall.
something like
DNA is not the same as ours, based on what they've said. I think they're legit. I mean, I've talked to older people about this, like my father and things like that, and he's like, "Yeah, Earth's old. Yeah, that's fine."
Yeah.
Like he's not like freaked out about it. He's
Not
like, "Yeah,
freaked out,
they're just like, of course they're here." I mean, if you go back, there's like so many species of humanoids that lived
Right.
on Earth back in the day before we just finally took over. But I think the fact that they have eggs inside them is very interesting. But the book I was reading was a Jacques Vallée book.
Yeah, I love Jacques Vallée.
Yeah,
I
he's a
have
very
one of his
famous researcher, but yeah, he talked about, and I think this is part of it. But,
in the same area of the world too.
same area of the world, and they have these. They call them ant people.
Right.
They're like
And
they
this is
come
what it
from
was.
the ground. So basically, they know they exist. They live in the ground. They come from the ground, and they've been talked about for years. So I think it's just we're finally discovering that these myths or these legends are based in true lore, based in true things. So I think it's just kind of cool that we're finally stumbling upon these, and we're finally learning more about
There
what
is,
was
you know,
before us.
Same way you have things living in the oceans is the same way that you have things living in mountains. They know how to hide these civilizations, especially maybe it came out of trying to avoid other cataclysmic events. So they're like, if we keep ourselves sheltered by the water or sheltered by these mountains, another ice age comes along, another thing, we have a whole system that won't affect our people as much as it did, the first time around.
Yeah, and I would assume they would evolve differently.
Sure, yeah.
than
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
too, yeah.
It seems like, which I kind of scoffed at when I first started researching this project, but now I think it's true, is that these things, like, because we're eating so much processed food now, because our water's so polluted, our air's polluted, we don't have the natural psionic abilities that we used to, or else we'd be seeing this shit all the time.
Right, yeah.
And I was more like, well, then you'd be seeing them all the time. But I'm like, no, I can kind of believe that now a little bit, like thinking about, like just and what we know as far as that our government is probably, I mean, this is crazy, Sarah, for you to hear for the first time, but it's probably recruiting
I was gonna leave like mid
Yeah, like,
it's
what the
probably
hell?
recruiting indigenous children to work psyops with these crafts, and the reason that they can't get ours is because we're so filled with Monsanto and all that.
Right,
other
yeah.
shit.
It goes from 0 to 90.
No, I'm just telling you, this is like,
At first, like a really a basic message. He goes, we eat too many.
you bring a guy on who knows what he's talking about. Of course,
Yeah,
Are you the gatekeeper? Are you the keymaster? Of course, what am I just going to ask him the weather?
I'm Zool.
No, I'm going to ask him why is Harp saying that's the
Just go
weather.
full Dan.
Yeah.
Just go full Dan.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
Dan.
Well, okay. So
Passport to Majonia, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but that's the name of the book.
Passport to Macedonia.
Yeah.
And it's Jacques Vallée's book.
Yeah.
And he talks about these ant people.
He talks about that.
These are just common knowledge to Native Americans.
Yeah, and Native Americans across the United States and South America, they all have similar stories about people that basically saved them from the floods, led them down underground to save them, or found ways to help them during these floods. So,
But then also there was a nefarious aspect of these ant people that they were, if they were messed, if you got close to where something happened, right? Wasn't there a story about? Maybe I missed.
I mean, I think there probably was. I read that a little while ago, but I think there's something to
Something
that.
like
Yeah.
you got close, you weren't
Yeah.
supposed to.
Yeah.
You would get like a warning from them, like, "Hey, get the fuck away."
Yeah.
Well, is the Brazil
It's
one?
like one of those islands that they.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 What's the South American village where they had they basically thought there were space invaders going around?
yeah.
That's
And then
not
the 50s or 70s.
Colaris, the one.
Yeah, it's
That was
Colaris.
That was later than that.
And that
was
happened
70s.
recently. The face peelers.
Yeah.
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 People
So-
riding on
Hilarious.
hovercrafts peeling faces off.
There's a documented Colaris. No, it's different. That's not choice fertilizer.
Ian's trying to get us fucking some product placement on the show.
So in Brazil, this is Brazil, an island. It's an island, Colaris, I think, or
I'm not sure.
whatever. It's an area by the water
Mm-hmm.
in Brazil, and it's documented. Like there was newspaper articles. These beings came in and attacked the townspeople, and they have stories about it. There was George Knapp had a show where he went and he talked to people that were there that got affected. A woman who still has scars from what happened to her. And there was rumors. Was that the one where they came in on the? That wasn't the one where they came in on the. Like basically on like tech, on like hoverboard.
Oh yeah, I think it's the same area. So
Same
I don't know,
area.
but there's reports recently in the past few years of like basically men riding, basically like the Green Goblin in Spider-Man, but with like black suits, and come in and they'd like they'd put something, they'd basically knock you out with chloroform, and then they tried to peel your face out. And I'm like, just get a mask. You got a hovercraft, you probably can use a.
It's just a bunch of Democrats. Well, I have a question for you. This is the question that's on everyone's mind right now. But 3i Atlas.
Oh yeah.
Supposed to come in November.
Have you heard about this, Sarah? I want to get your.
I saw the reel that you guys sent, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't. And then I went to the comments, and then I had to Google 3i. So I'm at the top level.
I think
this level of what's going on here.
Yeah, there's a debate between Avi Loeb and some other astrologists, I guess, or astronomers, of debating whether or not it's a ship or a comet, and then within the people who do believe that it could be a ship, there's that, well, is it one of ours, and is this all bullshit? Is this just a government? Is Avi just trying to drum up money for defense spending?
Avi, does he work in our U.S. government?
Avi Loeb works for Harvard. I'm sure he does contractual work for us. He's been on the show before. But he's there's some now another guy, Stephen Greer, who's also had a bunch of government contracts, work with Clinton. They're kind of butting heads together. They're butting heads against one another. And the reason for that is, Sean's hinted at it before, is that everybody wants their money for their vision.
Yeah.
But my question is, what do you think this is, man?
So going to the Greer and Avi beef, so Greer thinks it's the final psyop from the government that Werner von Braun spoke about years ago. It was like, the last thing they'll do is try to pretend there's an alien invasion, and that'll be the final nail in the coffin for humanity.
For control.
Right, for control. But it's crazy to me. They're like, this just happened to be this thing from outer space coming, but we have normal astronomers that have gotten photos of this with telescopes. So it's like, it's an actual,
James Webb.
Yeah, it's an actual object. So it's like,
for
for that to fit into that narrative so perfectly, that's weird to me. But I mean, the pictures of it that have come out now are like, it's a cylindrical object. Some say it's because of a long shutter speed, but other people are like, no, it's we have several photos from fast shutters that say it's
a Tic Tac. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, it's basically a long Tic Tac, or like the cylindrical, if you can imagine, was it Star Trek 2, Star Trek 3? What's the whales? It looks like that.
Oh yeah.
So how far away is it from us?
It's supposed to get right closest to Earth in November.
Okay.
It's traveling 67,000 kilometers per.
Not a meteor or anything?
They think, so comet is the main guess is that it's a comet,
but it's
acting. So the other two, so it's from outside of our galaxy, right? So we had two other objects that were also from outside, and they acted very like random objects would. They were very erratic. Their paths made no sense. This has purposefully changed path a couple times. It situated itself behind the sun when it would have been the most visible to us from our telescopes. So it seems very deliberate what it's doing, but a lot of astronomers say it could have happened. But they know what the mineral surfaces of it. They say it has iron but no nickel, which almost never happens. The fact that it's doing the path it's doing, Avi Loeb, who is legitimate, has said that there's a 0.001% chance that any object would ever do that. So there's a lot of info, but there's no hard.
Well, he's included the
that's
fact
what's on
that
the
there's
comments.
way less water emitted versus a normal comet, and that it's way heavier than a normal comet would be. So those are some other things that he's noticed.
Also comes from where the WOW signal came from in the 70s.
Right, Sagittarius.
Yeah.
So it comes from the constellation of Sagittarius, which in 1977, I think it was, there was, I guess when they were, they're always constantly monitoring the skies. There was a huge burst of energy / sound that came in from, I'm guessing SETI. Was that even a thing then?
This is in the 50s.
I'm not
NASA,
sure.
70s.
No, 70s.
77. And they were they called it the WOW signal because whoever notated it wrote WOW next to it. Like it was these off the charts. So they chalked it up to maybe a star exploding in the past or something else, maybe some space
I'm not
noise,
sure.
whatever it is. Because the amount of energy that would have to be produced to produce that noise is they didn't think probably existed, right? And then from how far it was away too. And now they're like, maybe it's something related to this object.
Yeah.
So the weird thing for me is there's a guy named Jeremy Corbell who's a podcaster, but also he's a friend of the show, and I've known him for a while. And him and this guy George Knapp have a podcast. And weirdly, it's weird. It could be timing. Weirdly, I'm talking 6 months before people talked about 3i Atlas. He's like, the next thing they're going to do is say there's an object headed for Earth that's a spaceship and it's going to attack us possibly, and it could be nefarious, could be not. Like that is the next. He's like, based on what I've seen, they're going to try to do this, and then 6 months later they did it.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah, well, they said there's a spaceship coming. The full darkness hasn't come yet of Jeremy's prediction, but there's enough that's come that it makes your ears perk up.
Yeah, because it feels like
Yeah.
the scientists have been saying, "Oh, it's definitely not an alien spaceship." Like they're not really pushing that narrative too much. Like it's basically like fringe podcasts and things like that, or they're pushing that.
Yeah,
And the other thing we talked about this on the Patreon, but fuck it, we'll talk about it here, is that like at the point where I guess it was the closest to the telescopes that they had for NASA, the NASA feed went down. Now they said that, because of the government funding, but then a couple hours later it was up. So that does, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's just there's enough.
I said to
crazy.
them, I was like, that would be a really, really orchestrated thing to have it. I think it might have been a political thing from NASA being like, because we were also talking about NASA's role, being like, like now that all this stuff's coming out, NASA kind of has egg on its face. This is a thing they've been around since the 50s, 60s,
yeah.
right? So there's no way if the Navy has data on this. We know the Air Force does, but the Air Force is the most tight-lipped group there is. That's why you don't hear about this. But then Navy pilots were the ones that kind of got this going about almost 10 years ago, right?
But you are kind of
Right.
right in the sense that like
I'm always right.
but like in the sense that they could be like doing the NASA cameras like you do at Peep Show, where they're like, "Oh, you want to see the spaceship? Put another car."
Right, right.
curtain goes
Like,
up.
right when you,
Telling the government peep show.
I saw one of those.
Yeah.
I watched one of those old school ones, like from like the 60s or set, and it literally is like they show the girl in the bra, and then it's like,
Oh yeah.
put another one in, like so, like
Yeah.
So they're like, but it's on like $1 billion. Like it's like, hey, Trump administration, give us another $1 billion in funding. And we'll-
it's all the same shit. That's what I'm saying.
Let me ask
Right.
you this, Sarah. Would now you've heard a little bit about it? Would you want it to be a spaceship?
Can I just say, so I'm a skeptic on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, which is great.
But in my heart, I really want all of it to be true. Ghosts, UFOs, aliens. I just think it would add some whimsy and some extra drama.
Whimsy. Yeah. Those whimsical ghosts and aliens that don't stick it in your butt. They do something else. They're just like, hey,
It's whimsy.
They ride a
I
scooter.
just love it.
They put one
It's just like-
flower on your forehead.
I hope my
fun-
probing is whimsical.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we've talked about. Have you? And I don't know if we've talked about the show. And I don't want to go. I mentioned it so much on the podcast. I feel bad doing it again. What really got me was that surviving death thing from Netflix. Have you watched that?
No, I
Watch that
haven't.
and then come back on the show and tell me if you. There's a lot because I'm kind of the same as you. I'm a healthy skeptic. What would you say I am? I'm like I come to you and I'm like I think I'm pretty measured.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we typically try to look for the actual story behind things. We're not quick to jump into the woo.
Because last time sorry, go ahead.
No, I like based on what we're talking about with Alice and everything that you've heard so far, guys. Besides them coming down here and being like, "We're going to kill you and we're going to harvest you for food," what would be the most depressing thing? Because I already have mine.
It's just an improv team.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that would be.
They
It's
come
still
down.
close.
They're on top of the White House going, "We need a suggestion."
Right.
Yeah, they're
Up
not,
there, like,
yeah, not going to land on the White House lawn. They're landing at Gristetti's basement under Gristetti's.
I actually have a real answer for this.
Oh,
go ahead.
let's hear it.
Yeah,
This would be the most poetic answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that they said our planet's destroyed. We need a place to stay. Can you guys keep us?
Right.
And then it's just a
And they're-
bigger immigration.
Oh, it's like
fucking-
Galaxy
That,
Yeah.
that would be so poetic. Yeah.
I
That'd be
mean, that would be.
Oh, that's so funny.
That would be
Because-
like like everyone would be. It would be everyone would be so exhausted with that answer. It'd be like
Livid.
fuck. It would just be our problems on steroids.
So the whole time I've been calling them aliens, they're actually aliens.
Well,
Yeah.
that would be Hex's first line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's we didn't talk about that. Well, that's
That
great.
feels like the more likely answer because then I feel like that's why we're trying to move to
Right.
space as well. Is like the idea
because
of
we know
like-
it's coming. Yeah.
It is a possibility, even though I'm still, as much as like, I do believe climate change is real. I do feel like the process is so slow that I don't think in several lifetimes we're really gonna have to feel it
I
too
think
much.
I think you're right because I think that they kind of keep saying. I think you're right. I think it's real as well, but they're being extra cautious because they're like they don't want to blow up the planet. They don't want to screw up the planet.
Right, and it's enough for us to adapt to. Meaning,
already
like, we're
is
already
happening.
Well, there's some
fortifying.
weird things. I mean, like,
Yeah.
look, I think if you look over a 20-year span, it's almost impossible to say global warming isn't real because
Right.
of the the decimation of glaciers. But this past year, we added more ice for the first time ever, and no one, like, people are explaining it through extra snowfall, but it's not like a perfect explanation. So, like, there's still stuff we don't know. You know,
I think there's stuff
Right.
we don't know. I think I'm with you. I think that it is a thing, but also like you were saying, like you're like, yeah, but you already told us that we're too far. Some depending on who you talk to, they go, it's too late. It's done. You already did the damage.
yeah,
but
then
I'm like,
they're
well,
bummers.
I just feel like it's October's hot. Yeah, you're right. But
Yeah.
and it sucks. And I think if that leads to this being done, but it's like we're not burning up. Like it's not 120 degrees.
And we'll adapt to it.
Right.
Enough.
They'll-
yeah,
they'll-
we're
they'll-
a very adaptable species.
That's why
Point.
it's Gods with a small G, to call back
Right.
to what we were saying.
Yeah.
Maybe some other ones were as well, and that's where you get these super far advanced
Right.
Yeah.
civilizations that are coming back, being like, "Guys, watch it with the news because we fucked up." Like, you know,
it's tough to trust global warming experts, health experts, fucking defense contractor experts, because in a capitalist society, there's always going to be a benefit for a problem not going away. Because
yeah.
Sure.
you know, whether that's
look at
you know,
medicine. Yeah.
exactly,
Or
exactly.
recycling.
Look at cancer.
Like, yeah.
You know, like there's like it's like, well, then look at fucking look at defense, for Christ's sake. If we got rid of the wars, some states would be literal ghost towns because the only benefit
military.
are the military bases that are in that area. So they like that. I think that's going to be the problem with everything, is we always have to wonder, like, well, what are the, you know, like maybe the snake oil works, but we still have the snake oil salesman to worry about. You know?
Right, yeah.
Right. They are part of our society.
Yeah.
They're part of, part of it.
Yeah.
And they need jobs too.
Yeah. And they need jobs.
And we
yeah.
could say as comedians we're more high and mighty than all that shit, but as soon as all those problems are done, then we're done too, because
Oh, yeah.
our whole thing comes from shitting on problems, some sort
Absolutely.
of problem.
right?
Oh
right.
yeah.
Well, that's why I was like having dinner with somebody that was like, then we were talking like the beginning of when Trump was president, and people would be like, "It's good for you guys, huh? Tons of material." And I'm like, "No, because it's already funny. Like there's nothing to make fun of it about. Like it's already." And also, what we realized in the past 9 years or 10 years is that like accidentally he's legitimately fun. Like
So
I mean,
funny.
yeah,
he's
it's
funny.
what they say. I
Like,
think Shane
Right.
and Anthony Antamanik have great impressions.
Yeah.
But Trump being funny as Trump is funnier than them.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
You
Right,
know,
right.
That's
And-
like,
and it's-
and that's never been the case for
and it's
president.
batshit and it sucks, but it's like that's why you can't be like the reason why political comedy worked in the past is because it was like buttoned up serious people that were like, "Hey, how funny is John Sununu?" Am I right?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
funny name. And then now it's like this guy's creating a huge problem, but God, he's pretty in the like even just the nonsense that comes out of this
Yeah.
guy's fucking mouth. So that's it's like, yeah, you're right. Like it's like you got nothing left to make fun of. Things run out. You have nothing left to work for. What are you gonna do? And then AI just takes you over, and you're AI's pet. You're just. They have us relegated to caves and
Honestly, man,
mountains.
there's a golden
Yeah.
retriever that's treated really well at the townhouse next to mine. That doesn't sound bad.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, guys, I'm pretty much housebroken.
Yeah, we'll
Dan's
make
trying to
great
tell you
pets.
he's a furry now.
He's
Oh yeah.
ready to be a pet.
Yeah.
But let,
Yeah.
What were you saying, Sarah?
Oh, no, well, you talk to people that work in tech, and I have a friend, she's a coder, and we were just talking about still nothing works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how about keep me logged in? And you click on it,
Yeah.
and every time I'm back in there giving it a passcode, and you're like, don't we have the greatest minds working on this? We also have AI that works on code, but have you ever gone into AI and been like, make me a poster, and then because you didn't specify, it's almost like the genie wish. You're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you
It's not
wish, but you're
great.
not specific about your wish, that you get your wish, but it's like all added problems
Starlink
to
is
it.
just apparently like Starlink, Elon Musk Starlink is just better internet. It's just like how
Yeah,
the
it's
internet should
no
be
different. Yeah.
how we should be using the internet.
Well,
So-
it fits into what we were also right into what's going on now with, I forget the name, and you had it down as one of the topics. Tilly, what's the actress?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It was a
My
Belgian
God.
company that
yeah,
made.
you want to go up there, Ian? We'll tackle that.
Might as well.
right
This is a perfect thing to say
now.
right now.
Yeah.
But so if people don't know,
That's not her.
No.
No, Tilly Norwood is the,
Tilly
is the
Norwood.
AI actress, which is a great fake name.
yeah,
It really
Emily
is.
Blunt is pissed. Emily Blunt is being rather blunt about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Understandably.
Everybody's
she's not,
pissed.
she's not really being a quiet thing about it. I'll tell you
No.
right
Is
now.
that her acting? I haven't seen her fucking act yet.
I don't know.
Oh, it's insane when you watch. like I see videos online and you're like, this is AI.
Yo,
Yeah.
Like the one
It's
that
crazy.
recently came up of, it was a bunch of good-looking black women sitting next to white guys on the subway being like, this is my husband, as like a fun little viral video thing.
saw that.
And then
That
they
was
said it was
AI.
all AI. And also, I really did believe the Pope and the white puffer was real.
Yeah.
I didn't see
This
it.
was back a year ago. That was completely AI. Like I legitimately thought he was wearing a cool sporty puffer around when he was cold.
You know what's
There.
There you
I
go.
thought that's AI.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
That's AI?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was real too.
That's the
thought that
thing
was
that's like
real.
crazy.
Honestly, it looks pretty cool.
He does.
It does.
To be fair, that is what his
He
face
is
looked like before he
Italian.
died. So
Have you seen Italian tourists? They wear some pretty like.
kicking a dead pope while he's down, folks. Wait, is that Elon? Is that Elon Musk in it for real?
It looks
Or no,
like
I thought it was
Bono
AI
over
too.
there.
They both look. Maybe everybody just looks great in a fucking white puffer jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ian's laughing because he's got like 7 at home.
I also
Ian
like.
Ritter, not Ian Finance, or else.
Wait, but I
the
heard that all
microphone
they
would
have
whip
her
his ass.
acting in so far is like a sketch, right? Or
Oh, really?
I think it should be allowed, but you have to give them the same trajectory as another actress. So you have to like roll the dice, where it's
Oh.
like, hey, she becomes like a Sydney Sweeney, or she's a Dana Plato from Different Strokes.
Oh, no.
Right.
She's robbing laundromats and
Oh
shit.
my God. Yeah, yeah. Oh
It's
man.
causing all kinds of mayhem
Dana
online.
Plato.
We were talking about her last night. What a weird thing for that to come up twice in a day. That's
Did
weird.
I should tell the story. I was on a. I don't know if I told this on the podcast, but I was on a movie recently, and this is the most random moment I've ever had in show business in my life. I was terrified. I got a letter about something, and I was terrified about it. I was absolutely terrified. And one of my co-stars was like, "Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine." It was like something like credit card company. And then all of a sudden I just hear, "Oh, bro, you're fucked." And I look back and Todd Bridges was just like taking a shit in my bathroom in the trailer. And he walks out and walks away. And I'm like, did this really happen? Or I'm like, and I think this is every moment people have with Todd Bridges.
I
Yeah,
also
he's just
think
taking a
that's
shit.
the number one evidence we live in a simulation.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. And if you, it's pretty nuts.
There are these batshit crazy instances. So she has acted like a sketch or something, Tilly Norwood, and then now there's all these people being like, SAG was like, she's not an actress, it's not real.
But like, I could totally see her doing, and it would be fine, like Marvel Universe movies, because most of those actors have to act in front of huge
Yeah.
green screens all the time to objects like balls on a pole
Yeah.
as eye lines, and so it's like, what? Aren't you kind of almost there anyway?
But you still have the person in the mocap suit doing it,
Right.
and you still have people involved. And there's people who like. There's also the flip side of it is like the minute you don't have the infrastructure that goes around taping that person doing that, an entire industry goes away. And
Yeah, yeah.
Thousands of jobs. So like, if Tilly Norwood gets a bunch of friends that are AI actors and they all are on their own version of Friends, the TV show, or whatever it was, they have their own show and it goes big. All of Hollywood will do it, and then studios just go back.
will.
It's done.
Well, I
They
think
will do it.
I think it'll
They
be
will.
like.
Because they're
already-
cheap. They're
yeah.
always trying to cut
Yeah.
costs.
Exactly.
Well, it'll be a union thing. So the unions get a hold of it because when I was doing an event out in Vegas 2 weeks ago, and we had our own people doing the work, but we had to have shadows, union shadows. So they just sat there while we did the work, and so that's what it's going to be. You're going to have union actors that sit there while they run the AI program, but
Will be
they're
a fraction of the money.
right.
Yeah.
So they'll get paid to be there.
Yeah.
They'll be actors that'll just sit there, and they may do commercial work every now and again.
I'm already in problems. I see these AI guys, and I'm like, they're already as good as I am as an actor.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, like they're not as
Yeah,
good as
I'm
Paul
not-
Thomas. I mean, fucking what's his name, Phil
Daniel
Seymour
Day-Lewis?
Hoffman
Oh,
or
yeah.
something, or Dan Day-Lewis. Any actor with 3 names is incredible.
Yeah.
But
Yes, Sarah Jessica
like some of these,
Parker.
I'm like, I see some of these guys, and I'm like, okay, this AI actor is as good as Ryan Felipe. You know? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ryan, but I'm just saying. You know, like someone.
I
who's
met
just-
him once, Ryan.
You said he was nice. Right?
Yeah, nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've really fucked up their friendship.
Yeah. Really.
That was the big famous friend.
Blew
You
it.
wouldn't even
Sean
know.
was nervous that Ryan was about to bring Sean on the road. Stand up. Ryan Felipe is doing stand
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Is that true?
No.
Oh, well, I was like, oh,
You
yeah.
believed it, and I would too immediately.
yeah.
But I will say that when you were saying things about those videos with the black women on the subway and all this, there's the stand-up ones as well.
Yeah.
That look pretty real,
Yeah.
and that's one that's even scarier because how many times has somebody finds out you're a stand-up and then they go, "Oh my God, we went to a show once. I saw this guy. He was the funniest person I've ever seen in my life." Really? What was his first name? I don't know. He had brown hair, whatever it was, right? So it's like if that's the level of pretension they have with actual human stand-ups. Give them one of these, and they'll be like, "He lives on my phone. I don't know. It doesn't matter." You know, we don't have headphones,
Weird,
but
man. Although this guy would not have made it since 1986 anyway.
No.
this makes the guy who did, I forget the comic's name, and if you remember it, say it, who set himself up like one of these kind of things in his apartment and then added the laughs later, makes him seem like an actual real.
That's my
Right,
that's my next move. So like in the casting world, since we have covered serial killers a lot on this show, I was like, we haven't covered it in a while, but it is interesting to talk about this in terms of the AI because AI may be casting, but Ryan Murphy casting this dude as Ed Gein. I mean, that is worse than any AI.
You guys know what we're talking about?
Yeah, I'm watching Monsters. Is that a Ryan Murphy show?
Yes,
that is a Ryan Murphy
I had
show.
no idea because it doesn't feel.
This is what he got. They
Ryan
got Charlie
Murphy to
Hunnam to
me.
play Ed Gein.
I gotta be honest.
But he looks very. I
doesn't
think I
look
can
that
see
far
it.
off.
It's not that-
I just found the best picture Ed Gein there. God damn it, Ian! You Google image the most handsome fucking Ed Gein.
Thank
I
you.
know. I looked at. I googled
Okay, there we
image
go.
him.
Thank you.
Still,
Come on,
Okay.
that's
He
pretty
takes the makeup
good.
though. Look at him at that fucking normal.
Yeah, but they have makeup on the show.
I know, but look at that handsome guy. He's like the guy next.
But here's the thing: Charlie Hunnam he's a little bit older. To be honest, I saw a little clip of it where he's talking to the mother, and I don't know if you saw that little.
Lori Metcalf. Yeah.
Yeah, and he
She's
doesn't.
great.
She's
He doesn't.
great.
Yeah.
Dude, Charlie Hunnam's not the greatest actor in the world. He's kind of cool in some movies. I was obsessed with Sons of Anarchy, but not the greatest. But this, he's kind of. It seems like he's gonna kill it in this. Like, I think this might be like a.
He kind of talks like this.
Like a transition. He
If
will
Colin-
be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Yes.
If
Good for
Colin
him.
Farrell can be the Penguin, this guy can be Ed Gein.
Oh yeah.
I disagree. Colin Farrell's so much better than this guy. I mean, they're not even the same
Who would you cast though?
category. Is Ed
You know,
Gein?
he reminds me of Tom Hardy.
The
in a
next
weird
thing
way,
to do.
Oh yeah.
We
that
actually
He's a good
have a
actor.
friend of ours from My Dumb Friends is going to be the new fucking John Wayne Gacy. What's his name? Guy.
How hot is he?
He's not a bad looking guy, but he's fine playing John Wayne Gacy.
Okay.
Like you'll see.
Wait, who is it? Wait, who's
the
it?
guy? He's been on My Dumb Friends. He's fucking what's his name?
Michael Chern.
Michael Chern is
Yeah.
going to be.
Oh, is he
gonna
really?
Be John
I
Wayne
think I
Gacy.
didn't know that, actually.
That's fine. I'm fine with that. You know what I mean?
But not Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah, like he looks
Oh,
like
okay,
fucking
yeah.
Gacy.
Oh, there he is. Oh,
Yeah, that
Dude,
works.
he looks just like him. I mean, it's not even. I mean, Gacy may even be more handsome, but like,
Great actor.
oh, great.
Yeah,
actor.
he's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, the interesting thing about what I really thought was hilarious too, and it spokes to you about like why both parties are the same is that like both Ted Bundy and John Wayne Gacy passion were like politics. Even though like John was a Democrat and Ted was a
right.
Republican, I'm like, it just says everything you need to know
that
about
true? I
politics.
didn't know that.
Yeah, they like fucking like Bundy was close to somebody that was pretty. It was pretty impressive who he got close to. Not close, but like enough that people were like, oh. And Gacy was friends with Carter's sister, I think,
Really?
something like that.
Oh, Jimmy Carter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes. I feel like that makes sense because she seems like one of those really nice Christians,
Yeah.
like
there's a
like the truest.
Isn't that Lady Bird? Not Lady Bird. That's
Well, they were
like
like
Rick
during the Hustler, who's the head guy of
Yeah.
Hustler. They were
Ross-
so
Oh, Larry Flint.
they were very
Yeah.
like open and kind to him rather than like vilifying.
interesting. I'm starting to learn more about Larry Flint. He could have been a CIA asset.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Dan thinks everybody's a CIA asset.
I don't
Aren't we
think
all?
you are. Don't think you are. All right. How about that?
Check again. The Falcon
I wish.
flies at night.
He says that every podcast. Something's gonna happen. We don't know what.
Somebody in Papua New Guinea shits himself. That's what I think he can do. A guy named Taylor at Papua New Guinea. I don't know, guys.
I will say the Jimmy Carter. You know the Jimmy Carter story with UFOs?
No,
Dan tells Sarah. Or you know what? Shane tells Sarah.
Oh no, I'm not good. At that.
Jesus, what is this? This is all monkey man.
I know.
This
Okay,
is
hold
what
on,
I
let me dance
imagine
first.
Rogan's green room is like. Hinchcliffe dance.
I'll talk about Puerto
By
Rico
the
for a
way,
while.
Joe, we'd love to be on your show.
Take a supplement.
So yeah, what happened was Carter, like every president before him and after, was obsessed with the aliens question. And then one day his assistant said there was a bunch of generals that came and met with him on it and wanted to brief him in.
So, like,
they
read
were
him in
there
on it?
for
Yeah.
about a half hour, and then they left. And then the assistant walked in, and Carter had his head in his hands, and he was weeping. And he said, "They can never know."
So
wow.
based
Yeah.
on,
Exactly.
Based
Yeah.
on about
Comedy
15
is
things we
really
said
heavy.
today about the topic, pick any one of those, and that's
Yeah.
what they can never know. back in the 70s.
Yeah.
When they would have thought like he was what the
Oh
thing
my
would
God.
Yeah.
have been way more of a problem with the public, which now everybody's so apathetic, nobody gives a
Oh
shit.
yeah.
But unless they're talking about fucking Bad Bunny playing.
Oh,
Bad
fucking-
Baby, though.
Bad Baby.
Bad Baby Bunny?
They're
Bad Baby.
replacing Bad Bunny with Bad Baby. And it's just going to be Trump in a diaper.
They're remaking Watership Down. It's gonna be great.
It's the baby from the Roger Rabbit cartoon.
Oh yeah.
What you go, but yeah, so like stuff like that pops up a lot in this. Those little anecdotes are the most believable parts of this folklore and this topic. Like they have a Jackie Gleason one.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna mention that. Yeah.
We talked about it the other day, where it's like this one is, Jackie Gleason. He was on the
Yeah.
Honeymooners. That he was really into the topic of UFOs, and he was friends with Richard Nixon apparently. And Richard Nixon was president. I think he was president at the
Yeah.
time, right? And they're both in Florida for some event or something, and the topic comes up, and then Richard Nixon's like, "Come with me." And then apparently Richard Nixon took Jackie Gleason to an Air Force base or something, and showed him a body of an alien, and then immediately Jackie Gleason was like flipping out about it. Went home, told his wife, and then had a house in upstate New York built to mimic built like a UFO. It's online. You
Wow.
can see it. They're trying to sell it right now for like
Frank Lloyd Wright.
20 million.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Frank Lloyd Wright house. But he built it after I think he saw the body, right? I don't think it was before.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it was after. Like little things like that where I'm
Yeah.
like, I buy that.
Oh yeah. That's wild.
Yeah. All this random stuff where you're like, I really do. There's the house right there.
Yeah, what a beautiful house. I'd buy that.
They always tell
is
tell the celebrities they tell the secrets to are always like the craziest. It's like Elvis drunk with a gun.
Yeah.
And they tell him everything, and you're like, he's not who you should be telling right now. He's trying to shoot his way into a new wife. Okay, like I don't think that's a great move.
It does make sense though to tell the actor
Yeah.
that no one would believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Three Stooges. Those are the best of people to tell because they
Yeah, for sure.
not those slapstick guys.
Right.
Nobody believes them.
Well, even when it came out, one of the main guys in this from 2017 to like 22 was Tom DeLonge from Blink-182. And if you tried to act serious with somebody about UFOs, and then you go, well, Tom DeLonge says it's this, and they're like, the guy from Blink-182, like nobody's really buying. But
Yeah.
this guy, he was serious. Like he was a serious guy. Like so, it's like. He knows enough. He started this group, and then I think they went broke, right? I think they were like,
Well,
trying
I
to-
think John Podesta's emails were leaked, and that kind of revealed what they were working on. And so they kind of had all their contacts and all their like stuff they were working on got revealed in these like WikiLeaks.
I didn't realize this.
Yeah. So
I remember the John Podesta thing, but
Yeah.
So it was called To the Stars Academy. Tom DeLonge started it, and he put this guy Lou Elizondo on the payroll. Hal Puthoff, who's a physicist. All these big names that were like legitimate people in this world. And what was it said they were working on? Weren't they working on a lot of like media projects?
It was a lot of media. So they thought that they could get the word out to the public and kind of like warm people up to it with media. So there'd be movies, there'd be comic books, there'd be books that would kind of talk
Right.
about thinly veiled real life things that happen, but in entertainment. And so Tom DeLonge had this media thing he was building, but they had a nonprofit that they were using to help develop an albacore drive. I don't know how to say, not albacore tuna. What's it called? It's like a warp drive basically, and that was where the money was going to go for research because they said it could be built. And then I think initially like it started going, but then their emails were leaked and it kind of revealed all the people that were working behind the scenes on stuff, and it kind of blew their sources and blew the people they were working with. And so then they had to be kind of change the trajectory of it, and a lot of people bowed out that were part of it because they're like, well, I don't want to get in trouble, I don't want to.
I just find it so funny.
I didn't know that part.
Tom DeLonge's like get like on the phone with the government, like, "Hey guys, I keep asking for aliens, but you keep sending naked little kids." I think you got. I think it's like an Epstein keeps getting aliens. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Hey guys, you're fucking this up."
Everybody leaves To the Stars, and Tom DeLonge's like, "Where are you?"
Yeah. All right. Well, our final topic. I said I would get to it today. It's the big internet topic. Is Erica Kirk secretly John Benet Ramsey?
So can you give, what is the lowdown on this?
There is no.
I need
lowdown.
background. I can't.
First, I think it was. I don't know if it was Daily Mail or Radar. Or it was like one of those like
Danny Sheehan.
posted. Danny Sheehan. Danny Sheehan is actually who John Benet is.
Yeah,
She turned into Danny Sheehan.
you know what we call Danny Sheehan, right? The Gloria Allred.
Yeah,
of
Oh,
UFO.
really? Yeah, that's perfect. Same hair.
Hilarious.
No, because he's the one who he has all these clients that he never.
I kept trying to get him on the show, and by the third email, I'm like answering riddles, and I'm like, I'm done with this fucking guy. I'm done with this guy. I'm not getting fucking James Dean's
what do I
ghost. I'm
hide?
getting Danny Sheehan on the fucking bot. Anyway,
What do I hide under my Amadeus hair?
I've had that a couple times with people in the UFO community, and I'm like, hey man, I have like way more famous friends than you that text me back in like 10 seconds. All right, you were in Time magazine fucking once, dude. But anyway, they put Erica Kirk's face next to John Bonet. It doesn't look at all like it. I have no fucking idea. I have a reason for why this is out there. I think that
people are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I think there's that, but also
Where does it originate?
it's of course
They're like
it's a TikTok
street
thing. It
jokes.
got big on TikTok. But here's my thing, man. There's a lot of legitimate questions regarding the Charlie Kirk shooting that have not been answered yet.
Oh, so this distraction then?
This is like you put a crazy theory in the middle of some theories that are a little legit, and then maybe you're not researching fucking Charlie Kirk's meetings with his donors the last couple weeks. You're researching whether or not she's John Bonet. Like the sensational always will take the attention off of the mundane but more incriminating.
But also, a lot of this stuff can come from one video. Like we just saw that one little screenshot.
Yes.
There was a thing with and I know it's not the same, but where the all-female Ghostbusters, somebody did an investigation and tracked it back to one single tweet of somebody who had an issue with it, and that became all these people have an issue with it.
Yeah.
So it's like you never know.
Could be that.
Yeah.
But if you're if you're saying there was nothing that happened that day, it wasn't crazy at all. We have all these sick people saying that somehow Erica Kirk is John Bonet. That's how they lead. Then everyone's like, people are saying that they're crazy.
Yeah.
And then all the other theories lose meaning because of that.
Well, that's like Disneyland or Disney World came up with Frozen, so people would stop Googling Walt Disney's Frozen hit.
Oh, yeah,
that's
I
a theory
heard
out there. They're like,
the search engine optimization.
it costs so much money to make that movie. You think they're really worried about it?
And it's really
that's
good.
a 90-year-old
it's
thing.
great.
It's like they don't care.
Yeah, nobody cares about an old dead guy's head in a freezer.
Right.
Well, God,
Trump's like, we need to produce a movie about Epstein killing himself.
yeah. But it's got to be a musical.
guys, we can't thank you enough for doing this.
Thank you so much for doing
You're the
it.
best.
that's great.
Can we do plugs, Sarah? What can you do?
Just Instagram, Tollemache, and then my YouTube special, Sarah or Butthole Money.
Shaney?
So you can find me on Instagram. It's ITS. It's Shane Smith. And then I started a new podcast. I don't do Conspiracy Beer Me or Weird Science anymore, but we started a new D&D podcast.
Very nice.
So just Mark Brady, I don't know if you know him, Tyler Wood, and Grant Janik. So we have a comedy podcast. We're doing live shows too. So it's comedy.
We were getting too
and
much pussy,
dice.
so we had to change
Yeah,
it.
we'd
I know.
dial it back.
Half of us are married, so we're like, we don't need it anymore. So it's comedy and with a letter N, dice. You can find it everywhere. So
Awesome. And Danny?
I'm nowhere this month. I'm just in New York doing spots. I'll be guesting on B and Ian. But next month I'll be at Skankfest, and I'm doing shows in Toronto and Hamilton in Canada. So check those out.
And I am at Shawnee Tom on Instagram, SeanDonnellyComedy.com. Thank you so much to Josh and Ian for helping us out.
Thank you for joining our Patreon. If you haven't joined our Patreon just yet, please do. I think we're gonna be putting a little message up top, so don't worry about it.
Yes.
But yeah, just please join our Patreon, and thank you for the new people that joined this past week.
And thank you guys so much again.
Yeah, thank you.
This is an absolute blast. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Oh, Burbies.
But some sexy Burbies. We want to thank so much to our existing Burbies, our Patreon members, Matthew Duplay, AQ, Corey Beecher, Zach, just Zach, almost like Zach Attack from Saved by the Bell.
With a K,
Andrew,
so he's cooler than normal.
Uncle Johnny, I don't know if that's one of our uncles, Isaac Harris,
an Uncle Johnny.
William Morris, to get a little show business vibe there.
The only agency I haven't fired yet.
Duncan McCrae, Christopher Close, Christopher Close, Mike Moyer. Thank you guys so much.
Mike Moyer sounds like a cop.
It
That
does.
sounds like a detective
It's
in
like
a Michael
hardened
Connelly
detective.
novel.
Yeah, I'm Detective Mike Moyer, man.
We got to get Moyer on this. Moyer's trouble. Moyer's the only one who knows the killer.
Moyer's got a fridge with just a beer can and bologna in there. That's all it's got. We cannot thank you guys enough for being part of this. Like Dan said, join. Patreon.com/Burbs Bros. Become a Burbie today. It's only $5 a month. Added episodes, 1 free a week. And then your immortality achieved, like you said.
Exactly.
Thank you guys.